Am I recording? Hello again, it's me, Chaz, making another video. This time it's about the CONMEBOL World Cup Qualifiers. Yesterday, 2 matches was played. One between Argentina and Chile, which ended 3-0 to Argentina. The other game was Bolivia versus Venezuela. Bolivia won 4-0. Both home teams won their games, which meant that Argentina was still top of the table and further securing their spot for the World Cup in 2026. Bolivia's win, on the other hand, put them 7th, putting Bolivia in a playoff position to get into the World Cup. It's been almost a year since the last World Cup qualifiers matches started in the CONMEBOL. Currently we are now on match day 7 of 18. But this summer there was the Copa America, which Argentina did win, coming off of their Copa America's victory, securing a 3-0 victory over Chile, kind of picking up where they left off. They previously won their last World Cup qualifier. That was away against Brazil. They won 1-0. Chile, on the other hand, has lost another game. Last year they lost to Ecuador away. So this is 2 back-to-back losses in the World Cup campaign for them. Chile are currently 9th. Really needed a result last night. Unfortunately, they couldn't make that happen. And they had a pretty poor performance in the Copa America as well. Though they actually played better against Argentina in that game than this, losing only 1-0 last minute goal. So Argentina and Chile were in the same group at that Copa America. Argentina went on to win in it and Chile got knocked out, finishing 3rd in the group. Goals came for Argentina from McAllister, Dybala and Alvarez. Alvarez scored outside the box. Really quality goal that was. Only one real chance I saw from Chile came just at the end of extra time in the first half. But majority of this match was Argentina. They were pretty much all over them. Again, looks like Argentina, going to secure their spot. Chile, on the other hand, got a long way to go. I mean, it's still only match day 7. There's still another 11 games to go. But in the position they're in right now, Chile, they've got to start making up these wins. So that was Argentina and Chile, 3-0 Argentina. The earlier game was between Bolivia and Venezuela, where Bolivia won 4-0. Bolivia were 9th going into this game, but with this victory over Venezuela, it now put them 7th. Is the playoff position spot. That said, Paraguay are still behind them with a game in hand, and so are Peru. Paraguay is just a point off them. Peru are 4 points off them. Even if Peru were to win, they wouldn't go above Bolivia in the table. So a good win to bounce back after they lost 3-0 away to Uruguay, who are 2nd in the table. So it's a good way to get into the race for a World Cup spot. Venezuela were doing well. They are currently 4th, which is a World Cup spot. But unfortunately, they lost last night against Bolivia. Hasn't changed Venezuela's spot, but both Ecuador and Brazil, who are 5th and 6th, do have a game in hand. Though that match is against each other, a draw for those 2 teams would see no change in the table. It's a big setback, especially after them drawing with Peru, who are bottom of the table last year. Take note that Venezuela are the only team in the CONMEBOL that have never qualified for a World Cup. So this could be their first. Quick mention of the Copa America with these two teams. Venezuela did well, maximum points from their group, and managed to make it to the quarterfinals and only lost on penalties to Canada. Bolivia, on the other hand, finished bottom and failed to get a point. But as it stands right now, Bolivia would go to the playoffs and Venezuela will have a spot at the next World Cup. 4 different goal scorers for Bolivia in this match. The opening goal was by Ramiro Vaca. Garianaz was the scorer of the second goal. Torcios scored the third goal, and Montero scored the last goal for Bolivia to have them win 4-0 against Venezuela. It's a good bounce back, like I mentioned. We'll see what happens further on. So there's another 3 matches on the rest of the matches for match day 7. They'll be on tomorrow, 12:30 AM GMT time. Uruguay will be playing Paraguay. 2 o'clock, Brazil will be playing Ecuador. And at 2:30, Peru will be playing Colombia. Uruguay coming off of a pretty decent Copa America, being in the semi-finals, finishing 3rd overall, beating Canada on penalties. Paraguay, on the other hand, finished bottom of their table in the Copa America. So going into this game, Uruguay second in the table, 5 points behind Argentina. Again, just to secure the spot, so they're in a good position, being second. Mentioned before, the 6 top teams will qualify for the World Cup. Paraguay was 7th, lost their spot to the last night because Bolivia won. Paraguay got a chance to get that the 7th place spot back, or even going as far as getting into the 6th spot. That's if Brazil end up losing their next game to Ecuador. Speaking of Ecuador and Brazil, both of them are 5th and 6th. Ecuador is a point above Brazil. If Brazil do win that game, they would actually leap to the 4th spot. Ecuador could also do the same if they were to beat Brazil and end up 4th. A draw in this match will see no change for Ecuador in the table. Not much would happen to Brazil either if they were to draw with Ecuador. However, they could go level points if Paraguay win their next game against Uruguay. And finally, Peru and Colombia. So Peru are bottom of the table going into this game, while Colombia on the other hand are 3rd in a really good position for them. Colombia could put themselves further distance from Venezuela by winning this match. Venezuela being in 4th, 3 points behind. So a win for Colombia would have them 6 points ahead of the 4th place team. Peru desperately need a win. If they do win this game, they'll put them level points with both Chile and Paraguay, who are 8th and 9th. So this is a must win. They can't afford to lose. Even picking up a point won't be enough. So yeah, that's the CONMEBOL World Cup Qualifiers. After these games will be played, match day 8 is only around the corner next week on the 10th and the 11th of September. Then next month we'll see match day 9 and match day 10's matches. By match day 10, then I think we'll see who's pretty much guaranteed to qualify or almost have already qualified and may be possible. And then we also see teams that probably won't qualify for this upcoming World Cup. Okay, thanks for watching or listening. Appreciate it. and I'll be back with another video. These videos will be the OFC World Cup campaign and the matches that went on yesterday and earlier in the morning, and the AFC's World Cup campaign and all the games that went on there. There was a few surprises which I would like to talk about. So thanks for listening. Appreciate it.